Good morning and welcome to the Gray Barn. Here we have part 2 of Garden Guy Bill's visit. Yesterday we were in his original booth, which since yesterday after he came in the afternoon and he redid a lot of things and brought in that cabinet, so I will be looking for all the items that I got messages for yesterday as soon as I get a chance. I just wanted to get this video recorded before the day gets away from me and we have to open up the shop for the day. So without further ado, let's get into Garden Guy Bill's MCM booth. Again, he is 20% off items not marked firm. So that would become $12 on that decanter there. And we do ship the majority of the items in his booths. Things like Pyrex, a set of Pyrex, we would be using multiple boxes and boxes to make sure they got to you safely. We do use pirate ship. Might add a little bit of money on there, like $1 or $2, just to cover some of our expenses and the time it takes for my husband to do the packaging. It takes him sometimes up to 45 minutes for a box if it's a lot of items. So we ask for a little patience, and he also does work full-time elsewhere. So this is not his full-time gig, though we do have a lot of shipping to do, and he does a spectacular job with that. So there's a nice canister set. Again, this would be a lot of boxes for this one. And these are each sold individually. So 25 firm, T is 15 firm. So firm means there's no 20% off on that. Still have some of the boutonware left. Interesting handles on that. That one's 24. There's 3 of that same style. We still have 4 of the smaller bowls left at $4 each. $19.20 on the steak knife set. You can see this is why we don't put these dishes in the dishwasher. So feel free. The only good thing about when this has happened is you don't feel guilty using it. So $8 on that one. So, but I do suggest going forward you do hand wash that. Well, so glass strawberry for $11.20. 12 on that cup. 8 on that one. And if you see anything you like in this video or past videos, do not hesitate to reach out to me and inquire. Though it might take me a little bit of time to get to it, as I am the whole front of the shop. I'm the social media, I'm the register, I take care of the vendors, the customers, everything. So I try to get to it as soon as I can. So $9.60 on that nice glass swan. Pretty cool pair. $8 on that. This pretty piece of glass here for just $8. Lucite, yeah. 12 on that. So again, we are visiting Garden Guy Bill's Mid-Century Modern booth. This is the newer repros that they put out at like Targets and stuff. That's $8, so not an original left in, but still a very cute little bird. Buttons. I don't know if this is from the other side. This is $8 on that one. Like I said, he had to move a lot of stuff to move in that new cabinet that he just brought in. He'll be redoing his booth. I remember making these little beaded girls. Let's see, it's $4 on the lady in blue, and then our lovely young lady in yellow is also $4. She reminds me of the character on The Gilded Age, the reporter girl. The way they dress. I love the way they dressed back then. Not that I'd want to wear all that stuff. She looks like the Madam Alexander. Bunny doll for $8. I guess she's got bunny ears. Looks like he ate something sour that didn't agree with him. So this is redware, made in Japan. And he is $9.60. As is paint loss. Yeah, that happens. This is when we talk about cold paint. This is when they apply it after and they don't re-fire it, put it back in. So it's just applied and it sits on there. It's cold. It's applied to the cold surface. Whereas other things were baked into it. So it's not going to come off and chip off like the cold paint does so easily. And it wasn't sealed. So you are more than welcome. And I suggest if you have any pieces at home that do have cold paint, to find a top coat that works on glazes and seal that up so it doesn't continue to chip off, and you lose all that lovely vintage paint on your pieces. $17.60 if it's for yourself and not to resell. I do recommend on surfaces like that you get a special paint for that will stick to the pottery. Test Stores model paints. Just make sure you're in a very well ventilated area. They have the glaze and the matte finishes, and those work great. I've restored a couple of things with it, and like I said, if it's just for yourself, and you know, because if you do repaint and you go to sell it, you should indicate to people that it's a repaint. All right, so each of these are 8. A couple salt and pepper shakers. These little guys are just 10. Remember these tab glasses? You'll get that hourglass figure too if you drink tab. I don't know why I sounded like Yoda right there. $9.60 on that one. A couple little elf dudes. These look like Homeco at one point. These were sold as a set. Yep, Homeco, $8 each on those. All right. So again, we visited with Garden Guy Bill's second booth. This video will go up later. Newer but working, so $4 if you need a wine corkscrew. It's got everything on it there. It's a nice working one. And a couple of the trivets still left at $7.20. Get a lot of those. That's all that's left on those. So again, Garden Guy Bill, we're visiting his MCM booth. And I will be getting to everybody's inquiries from yesterday's very shortly. Thank you for those who joined us on our Facebook Live last night. We sold out of everything. And today our little air conditioner for the back will be arriving. So the front is nice and cool. It's tolerable back here, but it's going to be even better. And today's post, we have a heat warning until 8 o'clock tonight. So it doesn't come soon enough. So, and let's wrap it up and have a great day, folks.